How's it going, everybody? It's your boy McWhoopin, and today we are back with yet another episode of Cities Skylines, and today we are gonna finish off our Hippie Commune slash organic farming area. So we're actually gonna run up another connection over top here. So we have two different ways it connects between them. Might even actually run a little bit of a connection here, just so they have one more connection around. What I mean, just the connecting out coming down the road, but you know, it is what it is. But we still have multiple connections in this area, which is kind of where we want it to be. And so yeah, that's going to be the big thing. Finish off filling this area out. Fill in some more businesses, do a little bit more decorating around the area, getting this so it looks really nice to be around in, because we got pretty much everything filled in now. We got ourselves our nice high school with the soccer stadium in the back there, on the soccer pitch. Our little park here, which hasn't had many visitors, but hasn't been running for very long, so that should be upgrading soon. Our farm is already at level 3, which is really good for us. So yeah, we are good to go for a lot of the stuff. So we will start the time lapse as we get going on finishing off the Hippie Commune slash farming area. Okay, so first things first, I go and shift myself to the screen, which is why my game flew over to one side for a little while, because I'm using multi-screen, and every single time I do that, my game just kind of shoots over to one side. So whenever you see that, which happens a couple times in this, is because I went to go switch to another screen because I was watching something. I can't even remember what I was watching, but I was watching TV on my computer, and I wasn't really paying too much attention to it. So whenever I go to change what I was watching, it would just zoom over there. So back to this. So first things first, I wanted to get the bridge going on the upper area, and kind of building a second section connecting everything together. So now we have the one connection on the bottom, the one connection on top, and then the two separate entrances for the commune and the organic farm. And now I'm continuing on with adding in the the power lines, which I might give up on, or even just remove it all, because the more that I actually think about it, it does kind of seem kind of redundant, and having to consistently be moving everything around and putting it up there, it kind of doesn't have as growing of an effect on me as I thought it would. So might end up changing that around. But yeah, so now for the end of this, I'm actually kind of trying to finish this off, and since for some reason the game wanted to do weird shifting back and forth on the bike lane here, because I was trying to do a different road, I ended up having to choose another one so I can actually have more bike lanes in here, because I'm trying to keep this area as vehicle free as possible, trying to minimize that. So like lots of walking paths and bike lanes and all that stuff. So try to make sure we get what we can where we can. That's why you'll see right here now I'm going to be going to first things first, I'm going to start building a few more traffic circles, cul-de-sacs, so we can get some more the buildings all around there. I just like I kind of like the cul-de-sacs at the end of a lot of these, so that's why I'm doing a few of them. I really wish I could kind of look more realistic. Which I guess you could probably add in an asphalt sticker on top of that to kind of make it look more natural that way. But also properly adjusting the circle, not like what I'm doing here, but doing it properly would also help as well. At least this way I do get a bunch of little houses all around there, so it does make it look okay. And now we're back to doing the zoning that I've been doing for the bottom half, which just dotting bits and pieces of higher density in and about, then going with the lower density, and of course putting in a couple of little corner stores here in and about, just so my Sims have the ability to go to the store, pick up a pack of smokes before they leave the family, or whatever they decide to do. Or kids getting their candy, so they don't have to get it from nondescript white vans. So, trying to help out where I can for my Sims, being a good mayor. Now just kind of dotting in the last of the smaller little residential. Now getting our water lines in. Of course, following the actual road grids, because I want to make it a little more realistic. I suppose just running them just diagonal grids everywhere. And there goes. That's pretty much all of it. And now here, I want to kind of get going and building a little bit more of our farm area, which one of the things that we didn't actually get in were slaughterhouses and flour mills. Didn't actually really put them in there, so wanted to get some in there. So I got so 3 flour mills there, and do another slaughterhouse on top. So we have 2 slaughterhouses and 3 flour mills to get a lot more production going. And of course, watering it up so we can make sure so they can get their water that they need. And getting more storage in and around here, making sure we get storage for our products so we don't accidentally stop producing because it's an overflow or whatnot. So I always want to make sure that there's stockpiles anywhere I need to, so everything's always humming along nicely. And now just sprinkling a little bit of industry in that area, which, since I did rezone it properly and did it with the farming in mind, so all the what's called industry that's over there is going to be specifically farming industry, so it's not going to be too bad. And now I'm also right now filling in all the commercial, making sure our commercial is all around the outside, so all the city has its own little barrier for audio, for sound, so you don't have to, so the Sims don't have to worry about highway traffic or anything like that. Everything's being kind of cornered off by the commercial district that surrounds the entire commune. And now back to connecting everything we can, as much as we can, with pathways. So again, Sims where we're going to be walking, so they don't have to drive their cars. Or they can do bikes, whatever floats their boat, really. Just trying to get as many options as we can going through the city, so we don't have to worry about them in any way, shape, or form. connecting a couple of them just directly across, just to make things a little bit easier. And there we go. So now I'm going to start adding some more amenities in here. So adding another high school, another elementary school, just making sure education is possible for everybody. You know, get what we can where we can. Now start getting our parks up and everything so we can make sure everybody's as happy as they can be. And of course, kind of matching the schools with a playground area near it, so you have like elementary school, a playground, and high school with like a basketball court. Like same thing I did last episode, just kind of a continuation on that. And here we go, yeah, showing our farm's already at level 4, quickly on our way to level 5, so that's going to be pretty nice. Now, getting a little bit more of our industry going, so popping in a few more bits and pieces here and there, and then right around where the farm entrance is, put some more office buildings, so they have the other organization over there in that one small area. I just think that's kind of the way that they would have all their commercial buildings over there and the farmland separate from each other. And here is where decided to start going with our train systems, because I'm going to be using my trains a lot more than I normally do. So I'm actually going to have our commercial lines running through everywhere. So here's a cargo train stations popping in. And we're also running a bypass lane just in case you don't actually need to go stop off at the organic farm, so they don't have to. Everything is probably connected. Do a little bit of fine-tuning, adjustment of the tracks, make sure all the lines are properly connected, and they look like they are. And then just keep on going with the line. And grab myself a one-lane road, so we can do a one in, one out. Make it a little bit easier, so we have their traffic could be a little easier on that one. And then adding in a regular train station, so now we have our commercial lines, and we also have our passenger rail going to those areas, so we can try to keep a little bit of highway traffic down. So always trying to think a little bit ahead on where everything is. And now back to adding in more amenities, because I have ADD and something shiny comes by, so I forget what I'm doing and I keep on going to something else. So yeah, back to putting in fire and healthcare and police stations, just trying to make sure everything is covered. And now I'll come back to doing this again. Don't know why I need to do that right away and then come back to this. I could have just finished this first, but you know, I don't know what I'm thinking half the time. So, you know, I said something shiny happens and I will forget what I'm doing and go do that. So back to here, we're adding in our connection on this side, just kind of roughing it in, and then popping the connections onto the rail. And then you use the movement mod to kind of adjust the rail itself so it's not as god-awfully janky as it looked like, so make it a little bit nicer on its connections back and forth. And then connect the lines together over there. And finish reconnecting this because for some reason with the map, when I loaded it, I guess the bridge that was on here wasn't something that I had, so it didn't actually pop it in. But, oh, it is what it is. I don't care too much. You can easily put in a new bridge. Now we can go and finish connecting all this up together, so now the lines should be properly connected, but except for that one at the bottom, which should take forever to do, but I'll eventually get it done. So yeah, so here we go, we're running the electrical lines. So the more I was doing it, the more I was like, I just don't really need to do this, and the look would be nice if it was just running along the highway, but with it running, with having to like jut around and everything, it's just not as much of a fan of it as I was. I'll show my just do that later. But here we go. Now we're finally adding on to the Hippie Commune. We're actually getting to go and put in some more stuff because we got all this extra space. We're not doing anything with it, so might as well just go to town and grab more product, pop it in there. First things first, I wanted to get a bakery inside of here, so you can at least have one industry in here, it being the most basic one, the one that would be most suited for kind of hippie commune, organic farm, would just be a basic bread factory, just so they got their food. We're not really going to put like a petrochemical plant up here, but just the basics, you know, they can get they have their bread and water, which is all they really need, the hippie commune, so they're good. And then also, of course, putting in a few warehouses so no goods go to waste. Now, over here, just putting in a bunch of orchards. Just so we have them all lined up properly, and then now I'm going to actually just drop the line over here. Just trying to make sure we can get it to fit, so we have them back to back, but you know, it's always a bit of trial and error, just trying to make sure they properly fit in. And there we go. Now I got them nicely back to back with each other. And then adjust them as they are. It's like one of each for each of the options for fields. Populate them with a bunch of storage, so you can always make sure that there's lots of storage capacity, so they are always producing whenever there's need. And then, of course, running our water lines because crops need water. And then, of course, connecting that together. And then, again, here's me going to my other screen and having to scroll all the way back over because, yeah, that kind of annoys me. Oh, we should try to fix that with the screen drag on that, but I'm not exactly sure how to do it, so, well, we'll probably figure it out someday. But Now we're finally coming back here, looking at the areas that we had before, trying to make sure we can get these upgrading as high as we can. But we're going to need to get some more Parks Recreation to get these land values up, because as you can see, like, a lot of them are in the red, or at least in the brown. So we're popping in a few different parks and areas around here just to kind of get this going, get this higher, because we want these guys to upgrade to level 5 as easily as possible, because, you know, we always want as much money as we can. Just kind of picking random things, putting them in random spots just because we can. There you go, everything's now blue for the most part. Now back to our education. And one of the things I've forgotten to do, which is actually the post office, which a lot of people always forget the post office, but it does help with getting people happy. So putting a bunch of those around will always get your buildings moving to the next level, and putting a sorting facility does help with that as well. Gets more of that processed. Now looking and seeing, yeah, these are being used rather aggressively, so I'm thinking I might be needing to do some traffic work with it. So I'll pop in a few time traffic lights, and I set them up how I normally do with the 3:15 scale, so it'll be a 3-second minimal, 15-second max, just in case it needs it. However, for some reason, I don't know what it is, it may just be this version of TPME, but it does not want to recognize that your vehicles are actually still moving in that area, because for me, like, I'll put 3 to 15 and it'll still end up at 3 even though there's traffic holding up. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of annoying. Hopefully fix that, but also going through and making sure everyone has dedicated lanes. So anybody's doing turns, making sure those are done as well. Just anything to kind of minimize traffic, so, you know, always keep things flowing, keep things moving. It's the best way to get that done. Kind of back here, this is mostly died down, but still the one lane here, it only lasts for a couple seconds and then stops again, which doesn't make any sense, because here they're going, and it should have lasted for 15, but for some reason they decided, you know what, no, we're not going to do that. So just a minimum from 3 to a 5. At the very least, that'll give us an extra couple seconds to be able to dump out any of the excess traffic, which looks, even after just 2 trips, we pretty much got rid of it all. So that's good. Up here, again, super busy, but it's just everybody just trying to fill up the storage over there, so they're all fine. That'll be gone in a couple hours. A couple minutes really. It'll be a couple hours in the game, but yeah. So that's everything's kind of upgrading nicely now. We're getting everything going up as high as we can. About time we actually consider getting a university in here as well. It's one of the last things we didn't actually have, so pop in the School of Architecture, and then the high-tech university as well. Get those in there, so now we've got 2 universities. Probably more than they're going to need. That should hopefully get everybody up another level. So it's going to be good. So we've got all of our schools are just shooting up. Yeah, that's going to be getting close to about it here. So now let's go. Yeah, our garden is actually doing well. We're got up quite nicely there, and that is gonna be about it. And there we have it. So that will be us finishing off this area. So we got quite a bit of farmland going through. We got lots going in over here, lots going in over here. We can always add in a little bit around every so often. This is ready to go for level 5 as soon as we get more people. That will definitely upgrade to level 5, which we will probably end up doing in the next episode when we start building suburbia. So that's going to be my next one. Going through suburbia. Our Hippie Commune is done. Park, that should be level 4, going soon. Our traffic is still relatively good. We had a little bit of a spike when everything was trying to get filled out, but right now we're back up to above 80%. We did a little bit of traffic handling by doing some dedicated turning lanes going through different areas. This could always be upgraded into an asymmetrical road and making this into a paved road as opposed to a dirt road, but I kind of like it as is. It's not too bad. It's just busy. Like, this will clear out relatively quickly because there's not enough traffic going through that area to keep it too high up, because you can see here now it's already almost empty. So our traffic is still doing fine, just fine. No worries at all. And yeah, this is our nice little area that we got started. It is looking a lot better than what I normally do, because I normally don't bother with make things look pretty. But my housing is getting closer to upgrading. The place is being upgraded as we're putting in the last couple of universities in here. It's a small one. We haven't built an actual full-on university yet, but that will be coming. Actually, we'll be doing a university or university and a trade school, possibly. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, but we got lots of time to go through, because it's a Rodeo on episode 4, and we've done one little area. So we got lots and lots and lots to go. So we are not worrying on time at all. I'm just trying to see anything close to level 5. House, no, just a bunch of going to level 4. But listen, they're coming. So we do a nice little day-night cycle going through our area, kind of like what we did the last time, to kind of show the difference that we have. So we will quickly go and do one of those. And so yeah, there we have it. So we'll leave here for tonight. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and all that, as it definitely helps the algorithm and helps the channel. So anybody who is doing that's always truly appreciative. And that even if you don't, then just being a part of this and watching us is always more than enough, because we never expect anybody to watch, and since you guys are doing it, it's always very thankful for us that you actually are doing that. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for even stopping by and watching. And once again, I'm here for tonight, so thanks so much for watching, and have yourselves a good night.